Just say it, Jake.
What?
Just say it.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to DreamLeague Season 5. We are here with the best analyst that Dota has to offer and the wonderful Lady Sheever. But let's talk about that wonderful game, gentlemen. You guys put in your predictions for VP wrong again. Unfortunately, I was right.
We were right the first time.
What?
We were right the first time.
Everyone's wrong, but me.
Except for Jake.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well played,
But
well
what
played.
an amazing game coming out from Team
Navi.
Navi.
Yes,
I mean, very impressive stuff. Tell me about what you were thinking, guys.
I actually still feel like they had a better draft VP. But I think that Navi just had a couple of nice outplays. A lot of this game to me was decided around the Roshan pit, 2 fights.
Yes.
Where they were just like
31 minutes.
total disasters, right?
And Puck got the Ags like 30 seconds before the first fight, and all of a sudden, Lifestealer's like, what do I do?
The Aghanims did serious work that game.
I think it was
for
actually
sure.
the game-changing point.
And G actually also had like a ridiculously low impact compared to what I normally see from him. You know, he had like 11K net worth. We were looking at the game. It was like, 25 minutes. We look at it again. 10 minutes later, it's still 11K. Had to buy back multiple times. Like he just couldn't get the item progression that he needed. And I think the Disruptor was also a big reason why that he was having such a hard time in the fights. But
It
yeah.
started out so good for them.
Hey,
Hey,
the microphone,
Sheever.
the emergency microphone. Ah!
The double mic.
The
Well played, well played.
All right, there we go. Good to have
But it started so well for Virtus Pro at the start. What,
Yep.
it was literally the Ags on Puck, because if Dendy ultied the Lifestealer before, he just blinks out and goes on art style straight away, rages, kills him at the start of
Right.
the fight. But after the Ags on
I'm
Puck,
back.
he's in this kind of circle. Art style's a mile away, just constantly using impetus. And
Yeah, there's actually a really good point in there too, in the fact that, the way the Lifestealer itemized, he went for the Armlet Echo Saber Daedalus build again, which proved to be very good against Sven already. But the problem with it is, if he's going to be going on the Sven, he needs G to be able to deal with the Enchantress.
Yeah.
And during the last couple of engagements, like you were saying, it's just the Ench is just throwing so many impetus into the Lifestealer. And at that point in the game, he already had Ghost. And because he didn't itemize for Diffusal Blade, that means that if G can't take care of the Enchantress, then no one else on the team can actually kill the hero. And at that point is kind of where you're starting to say, okay, well, maybe it's not in the late game that VP had in mind, but I still think if the Roshan fights went a little bit better for them, they could have very easily walked away with this game.
Let's take a look at which fight Scriff thought stood out.
If it's not Roshan, he's fired.
Yes,
it better be a
Roshan,
roast.
and it should
We
be
better
around
see
the
it.
31.5-minute
it's
mark.
There it is. All right,
It
now,
actually
stop
is.
right here.
Pause,
Already,
please.
pause. So you guys kind of missed it, but that arrow was so clutch. I mean, just the ability to see where that was coming from, get that vision, and then they knew that they had to go in.
okay, so if you actually look down here, you can see the career going back. So he just got the Ags like 20 seconds ago on the Puck.
Yeah. So they got that lucky Mirana arrow. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it was skill. Who knows? 'Twas not luck, but skill, she say. And they move in.
Yeah, well, I don't
And,
know.
okay, as
Okay.
soon as
It
this
was a-
coil
Pause,
hits,
pause.
everyone that was watching the game in the other room just went, this fight is lost already.
Right.
Because it's like Aghanim's coil on G.
Watch Aloha dance. He actually just kind of like runs around in a little circle.
Yeah.
He's like, okay,
God.
this is me running around in a
But
circle.
no, I mean, you're right. I mean, that's Lifestealer's big thing, is that he can make
General
it through.
as well.
But with that Ags upgrade, I mean, great zoning out on the other heroes as well.
It's just 3 heroes that are basically out of the fight. They
Eight
cannot do
second
anything.
duration.
And they've already lost their lion at this point. Like, he doesn't even get finger out. So, already at this stage in the fight, he's now stuck in a static storm. It's like, okay, well, this fight is pretty much just a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, Lifestealer for this entire duration is just
He's
not able to do anything.
at all.
He didn't
It's
even
beautiful.
attack the Darkseer. He just cleaved them. You know,
Yeah.
that was just like, okay, I don't even have to look at you.
I mean, one of the things, even though Virtus Pro was doing good in the laning stages, Sven was still farming away as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
So he was ready there to pair up with the puck and be ready to deal out the damage that was needed too. So it was a really well played from Navi. Sorry, Slacks, that I doubted you.
No? Well, what are you going to
It's
do,
not
man?
that I doubted Jake. I think Sheever's gone again. They literally just turned Sheever off.
You doubt me, you get cut off. But I mean, anyway, that could have been either team's game.
Yes,
Where's the other microphone?
I think so too. I mean, it was a bit surprising that a team with a bounty hunter with so many kills didn't really have a lot in the way of track hold. It felt like it was very even. So if the Roshan fights went better for them, yeah, I think VP probably walk away from that with a win, because a faster BKB progression on G was so needed that game.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't get BKB until I think the game was already over.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, okay, well, now the Enchantress is a problem, and the Sven's a problem, and Dendy has like 5 items as well. They had a Hex on the Mirana too, who we didn't really talk a whole lot about in the analysis prior to this, but the E-Blade choice was really nice. You E-Blade the Enchantress before she has her own Ghost Scepter, which means a Lifestealer with no Diffusal can't actually stay on a target. So if anybody ever actually gets into a bad situation, the E-Blade actually saves, because all their damage is single target physical DPS, which makes Ghost a super value purchase.
Hello.
And also the weakness of the non-diffusal lifestealer build.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where you see all these teams. Both these teams are hyper experienced. They've been doing this for a long time, and although they can sometimes stutter, they know how to deal with specific heroes. So
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff, and very well played by Navi. I'm excited to see what they're bringing for the next game. Shane, any predictions? What are we going to be seeing here? We've seen a lot of aggression. We've seen a lot of push.
I'm kind of surprised at
Same
the
deal?
lack of Batrider. Like, they're
Yeah.
leaving it very late in the
It
draft.
was banned first game.
Yeah, but it was
but it was
only one of
fifth
the.
ban.
I was gonna say that was
Yeah,
only one
true.
of the last bans.
Yeah, exactly. So they're kind of ignoring it completely. What?
But they keep putting general on heroes that farm. So maybe that's why. Like, a Batrider can farm, but I think you're already picking a lot of heroes that could be considered a little bit all-in-ish, like the Chen and Enchantress. By picking Batrider 2, it's like he does do okay late game, but you also need to worry about like vision, and you need to make sure that you have some kind of like late game securing hero. And maybe that's why they keep going for this strategy where they're putting general on heroes who can acquire a lot of farm and transition into more of an impact like 1 or 2.
We have, by the way, one more replay to.
Whoa!
So
It better be the other
bonus.
Roshan fight or you're still fired.
Show me Roche.
Nope.
Survey says.
Dang, it's not Roshan.
fired.
You're in
I think
trouble.
I know this fight though.
All right.
So this is like a really nice setup here.
Oh, and did it, oh, it's
Yeah, the
beautiful.
Ether Lens Impale into Shackle. But then we're going to see like the clutch arrow of the
And the
gods.
shackle.
Yeah, the Shackle was really nice. But the
Nice.
arrow that
The
comes in and
vacuum.
hits G, like the Lion dodges it and he's like, oops.
And G's like, no, look, no fair. Why did you
Yeah,
dodge?
he even used Focus Fire
Yeah.
too. So now it's just like,
Like he needed to be there to attack, and now he's just useless. I mean, they still.
keep
they
in
still
mind that at
forced
this
him
stage
out.
in the game, it was already so Navi favored. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this fight probably didn't have much in the way of impact, but it did
Thanks,
show a
Griff.
huge gold swing, golden experience. Like maybe on the back of this, you know, I think this is when VP decided to run down mid and try to just go
Yeah,
for
they
it
did.
because
Yeah.
they forced the Sven to buy back. And then I think the next Roshan spawned and they got wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
thank
then the
God.
GG came.
Thank
that
God
was when
for Wind Ranger,
they
man.
dream coiled and then they forced off the Lifestealer, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the Static
yeah.
Storm.
That
Yeah.
was huge.
I always say, if thank goodness for Wind Ranger, you know, what seems like an unlosable game can be lost if there is a Wind Ranger on your team. So
I do not think
Got
that
it.
that loss was to be pinned on Wind Ranger, though.
you never
I think
do.
it was just really bad Roshan fights, honestly.
See?
Like probably 90% of the game was Roshan fights.
And the strength of Puck.
Yeah, Puck was really strong in that game. I do agree with that. The thing is, it took him so long to get a big enough advantage to be able to, you know, snowball that the Puck had Aghanims before they were like trying to see
Yeah.
high ground. That is
Yeah.
not ideal. Like if Puck gets to Aghanims before your Lifestealer melee carry is trying to siege high ground, you got problems.
Okay, so next game, we have seen both teams win one game. We've seen Navi do well in the first game at the start of the game, and then they lost. We've seen Virtus Pro do well at the start of the game, the second game, and then they lost. So the trick is lose
Lose the early.
lose the early
Nah, I
game.
actually think that, in my opinion, VP had better drafts both games. I think they just have to play it a little bit more clean.
The first
and-
game especially, though.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the first game was a bigger outdraft. Yeah, that's true. I maybe underestimated the Ench a bit against the Lifestealer because I figured he might just go for the standard Diffusal build, but because of the fact that he goes all in damage,
Yeah.
it actually totally negates his ability to deal with Ench during a late game, and that ended up being a huge issue for him.
I mean, that alone is that a reason for banning out Enchantress? They
I
first
think-
picked it.
The fact
Nah.
that he went Abyssal Blade so late as well. If he gets Abyssal Blade, he can go
Yeah.
and poke, go on Enchantress. They can't use Ghost.
Oh, he actually bought Basher, like died
Yeah.
a minute later, and then didn't have buyback, which I think resulted in what, top racks?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was also a really big mistake. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you necessarily need to prioritize banning the Ench because, I mean, they're going to pick one or the other. And I think that, what have they been doing? Was it IO
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster? I think those are better bans.
Okay.
I do. I really do.
Well, we're going to find out if that is the case. We are into the draft of
Ooh la
game
la.
number 3, or at least we are about to see that after, of course, seeing the players still.
Look at that focus.
I
That
mean,
man's
he's already
ready to
there.
kill.
He's already in the focus in the zone.
Daddy's home, and the only thing at home is
What?
death.
What?
What? I'm trying to build a metaphor. You can't say what during the metaphor.
No, he didn't. He didn't do a really good job building it up. Though.
Okay.
I don't even.
I don't get it.
What is Jay
Oh.
talking about?
Don't. We're moving on.
Thank you.
The only thing at home is death.
It's like, what?
Can we move on?
Do you have like a floor of zombies at home? Is that what's happening?
No.
Maybe some Indian burial ground?
Okay. Why are we still
I
on
should
this?
watch Poltergeist again.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Poltergeist is a
I don't,
classic.
I don't like spooky movies.
Well, I think we can be
here we go.
sure that Enchantress is first
Okay.
picked.
That
Once
was a
again-
quick
Okay,
draft.
so the
It's
same
first picked
exact
dire side.
Bans
Again.
and the same opening from BP.
Bench, let's go.
What's up with Lion and VP? They love that hero as a first pick.
Doing work.
I mean, it's not bad. You saw that Aether Lens double stun. I mean, that's 1/3 of a Ravage.
I mean, that is also pretty good against Enchantress, right?
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I'm just ignore him.
You're right. You're actually right. Let's take the high road,
Hey,
Cheever.
come on.
Oh, now I said that Enchantress is banned instead of picked. What?
So I'm guessing the Void is just in
Confusing
response
me.
to the Lifestealer that VP have been loving this series so far.
Yeah.
They just like to take it second every time. Just makes there less incentive to actually pick up the hero now. It's a pretty strong
I
opening.
think
Something
Bench
that we
is
see
just
quite a
pretty
bit.
solid here in general. Like, you save from the Void a lot of magical damage from Enchantress.
Yep.
Yeah, ES is also really solid.
And now we see the premiere of Void, though, here at the finals. Good to see some Void action. Always a big
Time
fan.
for some Dendi Invoker.
Oh, yeah?
Let's go.
We saw that a lot earlier in DreamLeague. Dondo
Yeah.
Invoker was dominating. So, surprised we haven't seen more of that,
I
actually.
don't know though. I think the puck worked really well. Obviously, in the specific game, it worked
Yeah.
really well. But it's, I mean, you know, you're gonna be up against an Earth Spirit. He's gonna gank you. He's gonna try to put pressure on you. Puck is a hero that can dodge that kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised to see that picked up again.
You mean Puck into Lion or Spirit?
Yes.
I would
Disaster.
never want to play Puck in
Why
that game.
not? Come on.
Not even one time.
At least your laning stage is gonna not
Just
be.
ignore it, dude. Just move on.
If you're playing Puck and those heroes have blink daggers,
Aw.
you are just in a constant state
You're
of
never
terror.
gonna let them get to the point where they have a blink dagger.
All right, so
and
you're just
they-
gonna win the game in like 15
Yes.
minutes. Okay.
Yes.
When you have a
That's-
Void.
Yes.
All right, Chiefs. I'm with you. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's go Puck.
Sheener.
Let's go, Puck.
Let's go
The
Puck.
enthusiasm in your voice was unreal.
I mean, the thing is, it's okay in the sense that it synergizes well with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
It's just, as someone who plays Puck fairly often, I just Lion
What's your win rate on Puck?
Yeah.
not good,
Yeah.
not good.
Maybe you shouldn't be making the
I
calls.
just
on
play
this.
against, I play against way too many
Just ignore
Lions.
him.
That's the problem.
Ignore it.
Just ignore him. It's fine.
Okay, so important stuff, though. We finally see a ban out from Lifestealer, who's just been doing work and been
I feel like that wasn't
pretty
even
big-
necessary.
Really? Yeah.
I think they already have enough to do. Okay, maybe it's because they want a disruptor again. Maybe that's why. I mean, I think it showed pretty heavy weakness, the disruptor against the Lifestealer last game, because Seneko was maybe not playing the best that we've ever seen him, but at the same time, it's really hard to actually open up on that hero.
I have
they were-
joyful news.
What's up?
Okay.
General is not going to play Mirana, even though I love seeing him play Mirana, but
Yeah,
we're
it's
going to
bad.
see
Bit
something
of
else
variety.
for him.
Probably
Yeah.
Void.
Ooh.
Yes. Most
General
likely.
Void, I'm down for that.
I've seen
Why would you ban out
out
Mirana still if you are
Because they know they
expecting-
play it safe lane as well, right?
Yeah.
Or did you run Void? Or
I
did
mean,
you run Mirana?
the thing is, it's,
Yeah, yeah.
they're both ambiguous heroes because they've shown that they will put Mirana in the off lane or the safe lane.
Or
Yeah.
mid as well.
And I mean, yeah, you can literally put it anywhere. So the synergy with Aghanims, with Faceless Void, Chronosphere, there's so much damage to be had and a good amount of control that I think it's maybe just too much for them to want to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also hard to just straight up lane against Mirana. And if for whatever reason it's more of a support slash like roaming capacity, still annoying.
So both games so far, Virtus.pro has banned out the Lycan in the second phase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lycan and Dro still in the pool. We've seen Dro being banned out as well as one of the pocket strat that Navi sometimes goes for.
VP as well. Love their draft
Yeah.
strategies.
So how are you going to pick a Puck into a disruptor, though? Is that like suicide?
And Void as well. Void is amazing against Puck.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I would actually say for both teams, playing Puck is going to be kind of rough if they were to pick it.
But
They
it's
did pick
G-Puck.
it.
They did pick it.
No, I'm saying like
Oh.
either way,
Yeah,
it's going to be
yeah,
a rough
okay.
game.
Yeah, right.
All right.
But it's G-Puck.
Yeah, G's Puck is actually phenomenal.
Actually, I
so
say that. We've actually seen Virtus.pro play offlane Puck.
that's true. Yoku has played Puck in the past.
Yeah.
Into Enchantress
also,
as well.
yeah.
You know, there's not going to be like, it's only a dual lane. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he really gets a lot of his lane either way. And if it's Void safe lane, you're not harassing that hero out ever.
So this is safe lane Nature's Prophet from Diddy Ra, right? Something they did a
Yeah,
while
that
ago.
could also be a thing.
Yeah.
And if they were to put off lane Puck against that, he would get crushed. Puck cannot beat Furion in lane. Not even close. I think it's just mid.
Yeah. The treants do way too much damage.
Yeah. 32 damage.
Okay, but if you know that
How's that
Nature's Prophet
balance?
is going to be good against the Puck, wouldn't you put Nature's Prophet mid against the Puck?
No, we're saying that if it's
You're saying if Puck is off lane, then Nature's Prophet safe lane, it will be a good lane for Nature's
Furion,
Prophet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're going to put Puck mid.
Ah.
But what if
Oh,
Navi
man.
puts the Nature's
If
Prophet
you
mid
put
as
Furion
well?
mid against
Draw
Lion
Ranger.
and Earth Spirit, I feel like you're going to have a bad time.
All right, we got the drought pick here. Yeah, VP.
We've got Enchantress helping out with
This
the
is a
roams.
VP classic. I was actually thinking about Dro when I saw the puck pick up.
Ban Darks here though. That's
No, DS is a good ban.
don't they just pick?
Andy,
Invoker?
I was excited to hear what you were gonna say. You were
Sorry.
talking about Dro with VP, and
It's
you were
really
thinking
good
about
because they lack wave clear on the side of Na'Vi. They
Hmm.
don't really have a tremendous amount of burst damage. They have pretty decent control and the ability to split push. But the thing is, VP's lineup right now hits their timing so much faster than what Navi's does that you can just pressure the lanes. And you have a pretty good margin for error here right now, I think, as VP. You can even not necessarily crush your lane super hard and still be in a good spot. And I love the DK ban. That's perfect because Puck against DK, Puck cannot. Like, just, you can right-click him the entire time. The Dragon Knight can leave his keyboard,
Nice goal, Shane.
and you will literally just never be able to get him out. But it's going to be Invoker mid anyway, so.
Well, Shane called Invoker for Na'Vi, and VP picks it up. You think that was more of a denial or just something that worked into their draft?
I think they just had the
that
idea
means that
after
it's
Dro.
still Puck versus Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Most like we don't know that for sure, but
But he's
there's
got Dro aura
chance.
now.
Yes. Does it make all the difference? Like, is that lane one?
Probably not.
Is that enough? No.
Alacrity
But it could
drought
just
aura?
end up being a dual lane, though, because if they have the Earth Spirit sitting behind him or whatever, or they have, like, Lion rotating around, it's not going to be, like, a super easy thing. It just depends on what lanes they prioritize. Knowing Na'Vi, they'll probably just try to help mid as much as they can.
It's the global strat. Well,
Shane's
two
just, like,
anyways.
vibrating with rage right now.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
guessing-
up?
Dude, I even paused to let you say something, and you didn't take the space.
What? When did you pause?
I did. Shiva asked me something, and I said, like, one word, and
Yeah.
I waited. And you just
Oh,
sat
I was
there
just
in
I was just
silence.
looking
All
at
right, well
the.
then let's
Were you were gonna pick the Tinker?
No, I actually wasn't. But
Well,
like,
let's give
But you went like
Shane
this,
some.
so I
let's
thought
give
you
him some
wanted to say
monologue.
something.
I was just happy
Just
for
go.
a bit of tinker.
I'm not going to say another word.
He's
They needed some backup for the Chronosphere. They needed magical damage to deal with all the, and they needed to stop the push coming.
So
they have
who's,
March machines.
who's winning?
The Drow Strat.
The draw start. Virtus Pro for
they just
Shane. Andy, you can
VP.
say okay. He says VP.
VP. I always go for the person that's off, but they're going to win this time. Invoker's strong hero with the Drought strat. How do you beat that?
Well, by playing Tinker the way
So wait.
Dendy
You're
plays
siding
Tinker.
with us because you say Invoker strong hero who can beat that? Is that?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm sold.
Alacrity plus Drought
So-
aura? Well, yeah,
I mean,
Who is
unbeatable.
going to take this series? We are going to find out. Winner
didn't
will
vote.
move forward to the next series to play OG in the winners bracket finals.